Hello everyone, how are we? I hope you're all well. If you're new here, then hello, hi, I hope you're well. And if you are returning, then thank you so much for returning. So as you can probably tell from the title, today I'm doing a full blown glow up, like full ass transformation. I'm talking dyeing my eyebrows, whitening my teeth, curling my hair, doing a full glam makeup look. So you're in for a treat. I thought it'd be quite fun to do a Valentine's themed kind of video. Obviously today when I'm filming this isn't Valentine's Day, but I just felt like a glow up for one. I just felt like putting full glam makeup on, looking nice, getting dressed up. But yeah, whatever you are getting up to for Valentine's Day, whether that is with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you're having a Galentine's. I always feel like with Valentine's Day it doesn't always have to be about relationships. Like I just feel like it's a celebration of love, you know what I mean? Which sounds kind of cheesy, but yeah, if you are getting ready for Valentine's Day, if you are doing something nice, and we can get ready together, you know, we can go through that whole process together, you and I. Or if you're just chilling and you're watching this video with a wee cup of tea or a drink of any choice, then sit back and relax and enjoy. Yeah, the first section of this video when I do my brows, teeth and my hair, sort of like a vlog style, and then I get into the makeup and I sit down with my lights and do a full beat face of makeup. But if that is something that you'd be interested in, then definitely stick around, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and of course subscribe if you haven't already as well. I was really hoping I didn't have lipstick in my teeth there because I would have had to do this whole thing again. Just a warning as well, in 0.2 seconds I'm gonna look slightly different. Just saying. Trust me honey, I needed this glow up. You're about to see that in 0.2 seconds when I roll the next clip for you, so enjoy. Hello guys. Wow, I bet I look different from the start of the vid. Awkward. So first things first, on the glow up agenda, I'm going to be dyeing my brows first. So what I need for this process: eyeliner, eyebrow dye, makeup wipes, a couple little makeup brushes like angled ones and little spoolies and stuff, and lip balm as well. Oh, and also a mirror of some sort. Also, just excuse my skin right now, I'm totally breaking out. Got a nice little guy here that's joined me. Got a couple on my chin as well, so yeah, just ignore that. So the first thing I like to do before I put any dye on my eyebrows is trim them a little bit and also pluck them. These are the tools that I'm gonna need: tweezers, scissors, angled brush, spoolie. So yeah, if you don't already know, I use the Pears soap throughout my brows, so I really do like that soap brow kind of look when they're all brushed up and nice and fluffy. But my brow hairs are really long. First thing I'm going to do is take the spoolie and the scissors and just trim a little bit. Okay, and once they're all trimmed down, like the hairs, I'm just going to take some tweezers and just go a little bit closer with another mirror. But yeah, I don't want to pluck too much because I tend to do that. But and once they're all tweezed and trimmed down, I can then add the dye. I've just always used this dye and it's always worked fine for me. I'm open to trying different ones though, because I know you can get ones that you put on and you peel it off, whereas this one, in this one you just get the eyebrow dye, which I actually need a new one, and then you get this little activator as well, and you basically mix the two together in this pot and until it's like the consistency that you want, and then you just pop it on your brows really. I just kind of eyeball how much I use, like in terms of the dye to the activator, just kind of guess, and then I just take, you get a little spoolie with it, so I just take the end of that and just mix it until it's the consistency that I want. I guess it has to be, I guess it's not too thick, not too thin, you know. So once that is made up, I then go in with the lip balm, and I put the lip balm around the outside of my brows, and this just kind of stops the dye from going on my skin and staining my skin, because where you put the lip balm the dye isn't gonna stick to, so just kind of like go around each brow with this. I then just take my angled brush, dip it into the dye and literally just like go over my brows as if I'm filling them in. Kind of just roughly put it through my brows, and then I go in with this spoolie, brush it through so it clings onto the brows, and then I go around them with a wipe to take off any excess, and then I leave them for like a minute or so and then just wipe it off. So yeah. I feel like the lighting has gone really weird, but anyway. I've now done my brows and I put the soap through them as well just to make them look a little bit thicker. Obviously when they're first done they look a lot darker, but yeah, they'll look better once I've got my makeup on and stuff like that. But yeah, that is pretty much the brows done. And now I'm going to whiten my teeth and also do my hair. So let's do it. So first thing I'm going to do is plug in my curlers so that they can heat up. I think I'm going to go for like loose curls, bouncy curls, more of ringlets than waves, because recently I've been doing like mermaid waves quite a lot and I do love that style, but I'm just feeling something a little bit different. I've had this curling wand for years. It's the Mark Hill Magic Wand. I think this is the one that came out before the latest one that's got like the detachable wands and stuff and you can like mix and match. I think this is the one that came out before that. I can't take this bit off, so, but it's a really good curling wand and it's lasted me a long ass time. So I'm going to plug this in. So while that is heating up, I'm going to do my High Smile. If you want to see how I use this kit and what I think of it and blah blah blah, I did actually do a review on my channel. I'll link it on the screen and also in the description. But yeah, this takes 10 minutes to do, so I'm going to do it while my curlers are heating up. I will see you in 10 minutes. Okay, that is my teeth whitened. So I'm going to curl my hair now. I've not actually used this curler in so long. I usually split my hair into 3 sections. So I split the first one just above my ears right to the back, and then I kind of just do this bottom bit first, and then I'll split the next bit up the top and I'll just leave the sort of top of my head and I'll do that the next layer, and then I'll put down the top layer and do the next one. I could probably split it into 4 sections because my hair is that thick, but I'm lazy and I put it into 3 so I can get it done quicker. So yeah. So I just wrapped the piece, hopefully you can see that. Just wrap the piece round a couple times. Hold it for maybe like 5 to 10 seconds, it just kind of depends. I do that around my whole entire head, although some of the curls I'll do in the opposite direction. I feel like that helps with giving your hair volume if you do all your curls in different directions. I'm just going to do this all around my head, and then I'll be back once it is done and we can do the makeup. It is curled. Obviously I need to wait until it drops a little bit more and I'll go over like certain bits with the curler, but yeah, obviously the curls will drop a little bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and set up my camera and all my makeup and stuff, and then yeah, we can get on to the fun part of fixing this face. Makeup time! My hair is well and truly out my face. I've just put these little clips in. I don't actually know what kind of makeup look I want to do. I know that I want the skin to be pretty full coverage but pretty fresh looking. In terms of the eyes, I have no idea what I want to do to my eyes. So I think I'm going to start with my skin though. I feel like whatever I do on the eyes, I hopefully won't have too much fallout, so I should be fine. So I'm going to go in with some moisturiser. This is the Espa 24 Hour Balancing Moisturiser. I've already got the soap in my brows from when I dyed them, so I don't really need to do anything to them just now. I'll go in with a little bit of pencil maybe. Look how red my face goes when I rub moisturiser in, wow. Oh, I forgot actually, I'm going to go in with this sleek makeup spray. This is the Lifeproof Illuminating Fixing Mist. And this has just got this really nice glow in it, and I just feel like if I put it on before my makeup, it just adds that little something. I'm kind of too scared to put it on after my makeup in case it comes out in clumps, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to go in with a bit of primer. This is just the Porefessional Benefit Primer, and I just kind of put that around my nose, over my pores. Honestly, I'm really not that adventurous when it comes to trying different makeup products. I kind of just stick to the ones that I know and that I like. For foundation, I'm going to mix 2. I'm going to mix the Fenty Beauty foundation, this is the matte one in the shade 280, with the L'Oreal True Match in the shade Honey. I use just an equal amount of the 2, and I just feel like when they're mixed together, it just gives a really nice finish and coverage. Also, I'm pretty sure I said in a previous video that that L'Oreal True Match, I'm pretty sure I said L'Oreal Infallible. When I did not mean that. I think it's because I used to use L'Oreal Infallible quite a lot when I was younger, so it must just still be in my mind. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with a brush to blend it, and then I'll go over it with my beauty blender. This is just a BH Cosmetics brush. I've had this for so long. Also, this shade is slightly darker because it matches my neck. My face is quite pale right now. Yeah, I feel like makeup brushes is like never something that anything. I just kind of stick to like what I know. Pretty much all my brushes are either Real Techniques or BH Cosmetics. Not any reason for that, but I just feel like I've just never bothered with like what ones I use. I feel like they're all much the same. Also, I feel like fake tan comes off my hands and my face like really easily. It stays on my neck like for a long time, so my foundation colour always needs to match my neck because my neck is always like tanned. So yeah, I always need to match my face to my neck because my neck's always tanned, but then my hands always go really pale. So just in case you see the colour difference between my hands and my face. Also, I'm actually scrubbing my tan tonight, so I'm literally doing this whole glow up to take it back off again, but it's the process that matters, you know. So next I'm going to be taking Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm taking it in the shade 20 to kind of just conceal, and then I'm taking the shade 8 to brighten slightly. I really like this concealer. I think it's kind of like it's more like a medium coverage, I would say, but it's really easy to blend out and it's really nice as well for like a minimal makeup look. And then again, just going back in with my beauty blender to blend that out. Okay, so once I've blended out that concealer, I like to go in with another concealer, but just a tiny little bit of it. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C7. This is a really light concealer and it's very full coverage as well. I kind of just keep this like in the inner corner of my eye to brighten it, and then around the outside as well. And sometimes I take it around the outside of my mouth like that. It kind of acts like a reverse contour. I don't know. I feel like as well when you put concealer right in the inner corner like that, it makes such a difference. I used to pack concealer underneath my eye, like literally put so much on when it just wasn't needed. I feel like that little bit in your inner corner brightens up your whole eye area. Like, it's crazy what it does. Once that concealer is blended out, I just kind of go over my whole face with my beauty blender. I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the shade Transparent. I've literally used this for years and it has just worked perfectly for me. I kind of focus it mainly in my T-zone, but I more or less set my entire face, but focus it more in the T-zone. Makeup is such a funny thing though, you know. It's like you gotta trust the process. Like, I feel like when you're in the middle of your makeup and if something's not looking right, you're like, it's fine. Once I've added a couple more things, it'll look fine. So once that is all set in place and I'm looking really dry and flat, we got to add some dimension to this face. We've got to add some colour. So I'm just going in with an angled brush. Again, I think this is a Revolution brush actually, and I'm going in with Hula Caramel. I'm just going to take this right across the sides of my face, my forehead, along my nose, but I'm keeping it pretty high on the cheeks there. So yeah, taking a big fluffy brush and taking that across the forehead as well, just to tie all that in. And then I just take it again and go right down my neck with it as well. And I'm actually still going to take it along my lid as well, because even though I'm going to be using eyeshadow today, I feel like this just helps to tie everything in that little bit more. So just going to go in with that angled brush and just go right over my lid. I feel like I've kind of learned over time what looks better on my eyes and my sort of face shape and stuff. I feel like too much eyeshadow and too much close to my eye can really close them up and make them look really small. So yeah, I like to make them look pulled up. I'm going to go in with this Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit by Barry M. Again, I've had this for so long, although I've seen this on ASOS recently when I was looking at makeup on their website just to see what they had in, which I was actually really surprised at, because I just assumed that this product was like really old and maybe didn't sell it anymore, but I found it on there. So I just feel like this makes such a difference as well. It actually gives me cheekbones, because I don't really have cheekbones. They're not clear anyway, they're not very obvious to see. So I don't really contour my nose as such, but I mean, well, I guess I do because I'm using a contour kit, but I don't really have a specific way of doing it. I've just found that this works well for my nose. Once I've taken that down the sides, I go back in with my Rimmel powder and then just like a flat brush, and I just go along the side of the nose underneath where I put that contour shade. I brush the excess away when in a bit, but I kind of leave it to sit for a little bit. I'm going to leave the skin just now and come back to it for blush and highlight once I've finished my eyes. might be a bit of a weird order, but it just means if I do get fallout I can go over it with the powder and I'm not mixing it into the blush, if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. But I'm going to go in with this Morphe palette. This is Day Slayer 15D. I think that's the name of it. It's got all these sort of got all these warm shades in it, and that is my kind of thing, you know. I do prefer warm colours on the eyes. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Upbeat. These are really pigmented, so I really don't need a lot, and then on my lid as well. It's basically the colour of my bronzer that I've been using, but I just feel like it'll put down a nice colour for the other ones to go on top, if that makes sense. And I'm just always making sure that I'm bringing this colour out, sort of dragging it out to the side of my eye like so. Now I pop that orangey colour on, which is actually a really nice colour. I really like that. I would actually use that on a daily basis. I've not really used this palette that much as well, so some of these colours I've never actually used before. So I think I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is the shade Define, which is exactly what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to define my crease a little bit, so I'm just going in with this little, it's still a fluffy brush but it's a little bit more pointed I guess than the other brush. Okay, I'm going to mix it with a darker shade as well actually, and I'm kind of wanting to take it out and almost like drag it to where the tail of my eyebrow is a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush and just blend that out a little bit. As you can see, it kind of just like pulls my eye up a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same on the other side. So now I'm going to go in with these two shades here. I'm kind of going to mix the two on this sort of like angled brush. It's quite a dense angled brush. I'm just going to do a wing on both my eyes and then blend it out with a brush so it kind of gives like a more of a smudged out kind of effect. Okay, so I just went ahead and did the other wing, and then I also put some shadow on the bottom. So I took these two shades here, I just popped that right underneath with a fluffy brush, went in with this one with a pointed brush and just stuck to the outer half of my eye, and then I took this shadow here, which is the shadow I used for the liner, like the wing, and I just popped a little bit of that on the outside of my eye as well. Before I do lashes, actually I'm going to do my brows quickly. So obviously I have dyed them, and I've already got the soap in them, so I don't really need to do much to them, but I'm just going to go in with my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3, and I just kind of use this to, oh no, I'm at the end of it, fill in any sparse areas that I might have, fill in the tail a little bit more. That is so sad. There's nothing worse than coming to the end of one of your favourite products. I mean, obviously I could just order another one online, but it's still sad. And then just to set that as well, even though the soap does stay in my brows like all day, I just go in with 24-hour brow setter. Okay, so now time for some lashes. So recently something that I've been loving to do, and I've actually seen a few people do it on TikTok, and I've seen people do it in the past with their makeup, but never really thought to do it. Just take a pair of lashes. These are just an old pair by Tatti Lashes, and what I do is I've actually already done it with this pair. This is a pair that I prepared. This is a pair that I prepared earlier. And you can kind of see with these ones, but I basically just cut them so it's just half a lash. Pretty much cut from the inner corner to halfway along the lash, and then I stick that right at the end of my lashes. I just feel like it makes such a difference compared to having like a full lash on. Sometimes when I have a full lash on, I feel like my eyes look really small and quite hooded, just don't stand out as well. Whereas when I do this, I feel like it really flatters my eye shape and again makes them look more lifted. Worn those ones before that I cut the other day. I'm actually going to cut a new pair, I think. I'm going to go ahead and pop some mascara on. So I just used the Lash Sensational, Maybelline Lash Sensational Classic. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on and then trim my lashes, put them on, and then I'll be back to finish the skin and the lips. So I'm actually just waiting for the glue to dry on my lashes, so I'm going to put a little bit of blush on. This is the Rimmel Maxi Blush in the shade Sweet Cheeks. I use this blush literally every single day, and it's just a really nice peachy kind of colour. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of highlight on. I just want that little bit of a glow, so I'm going to go in with this sleek highlighting palette, Cleopatra's Kiss, I think it's called. I don't know the exact individual shade names though. But I'm just taking this sort of like golden one in the corner. If you haven't tried sleek highlighters, then you need to, because they're so pigmented, just very glowy. These ones are quite glittery though, I have to say. I just apply a little bit to my cheekbones, and I'm just going to take a smaller flat brush and just go in with the same highlighter and pop it just underneath the brow bone, just a little bit in the inner corner as well. I feel like I'm getting ready for like a night out or something. Oh, so sad. Now I'm just going to go off camera, pop these lashes on, and then I will be back. Okay, lashes are on. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I just feel like it gives my eye a much nicer shape. And now last but definitely not least is lips. So I'm thinking of just going for like a nude lip. I would have loved to have done a red lip since, you know, Valentine's Day and all that, but I genuinely don't think I own a red lipstick anymore. I used to own loads more lipsticks and stuff, but I kind of gave them all away just because I never wore them. So the two lip liners that I usually go between are both from NYX. One which is a little bit more of a lighter nude, and one that I use on a daily basis. It's in the shade Nude Beige, but one that's a little bit darker, also by NYX, is Cocoa, and I think I'm gonna go for that one just because I feel like a little bit darker will match the eyes a little bit and just like even that out. I do overline my lips ever so slightly. I kind of try and keep them still looking pretty natural-ish, but yeah, I definitely do overline them slightly just because my lips are pretty thin and just not much there, which is totally fine, but when I have like full glam on, I just want to make them look a bit more plump, you know? Okay, now it looks kind of crazy. Imagine I actually left it like this. Let's just hope that this never becomes a trend. And then I'm going to go in with my favourite ever lipstick, which is a matte lipstick by MAC, and it's in the shade Yash. It's literally the perfect shade. I used to love Velvet Teddy. I do still love that, and I know that's like your typical kind of nude, but this one is my favourite. I'm going to go over with a gloss, I think, so I'm going to go in with this one by Soap & Glory, which is Sexy Mother Pucker. So that is the makeup pretty much done. I'm just going to go off camera now, fix my hair, put another top on, put some jewellery on, and then I will be back. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. I've just chucked on this blazer from Collusion. It's just a lilac blazer and then just a little white crop top as well. Jewellery is all from Pretty Little Thing as well. And this is the finished makeup look as well. I just went for pretty neutral on the eyes, pretty warm tones. Then I did the wing liner just with eyeshadow and brought it underneath the eye as well. Nude lip, if I'm going for like more of a little something on the lips, rather than an everyday nude, this is my favourite lip combo. I just love the way that it looks with the gloss as well. And yeah, just very bronzed, very neutral, the kind of makeup look that goes with any outfit, I feel. I feel like over time as well, since we've been in lockdown, my makeup has changed a little bit. I've kind of changed how I do it, the techniques I use, the type of makeup I do. I've learnt more about what looks good on my face and my features. Yeah, and just certain way I apply the products, like I feel like it's changed over lockdown. So let's just say the next night out I go on after lockdown, my makeup game will be better, I like to think. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I definitely needed this glow up, this sort of transformation. I was really in the mood to just do makeup. Sometimes we need days like that though, where we just do this for ourselves, like we just do our hair, do our makeup, and just make ourselves feel a little bit better, you know. Sometimes that is just what we need. And obviously since it's Valentine's Day, it's just an excuse to do that as well, you know. Yeah, whether you're with your boyfriend on Valentine's Day or not with them, I hope that you have a nice day either way. If you're celebrating it, obviously you might not be, but yeah, whatever you are doing, I really hope that you have a nice day. And yeah, give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't already, of course. I'll leave all my socials in the description as usual. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.